My name is Anthony, and I'm a second-year student in the Centennial College Game Development Program. For this video, I'm going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and how its controversial weapon durability system is, well, good, actually. Now, let's slow down here. If you somehow aren't caught up on the situation, I'll lay it out. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is a game that needs absolutely no introduction. The world-renowned open-world experience dropped on March 3rd, 2017, as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch. The game had quite a long reveal-to-release period, with some delays and rocky patches here and there. The game, however, did not disappoint. It instantly came running out of the gate with near-perfect reviews, and fans all around the world were absolutely raving about it. The Zelda craze peaked in 2017 with the release of the game, and for good reason. Open-world titles up to that point had been very rinse and repeat. You'd have a large map that you could theoretically go wherever you want, however you were usually kept in place by a sensory overload map screen, 5 million quest and objective markers, following NPCs, I can't go here yet barriers, you name it. These experiences that boasted having a free open world actually weren't that free at all. This is the problem that Zelda wanted to tackle, and it tackled it flawlessly. Breath of the Wild drops you immediately into a massive open world, one where you can truly do whatever you want. There's a main objective and a few side quests, but ultimately, you don't have to do any of it. After completing the Great Plateau, you can just go off and do absolutely whatever you want. You can spend hundreds and hundreds of hours exploring every inch of the map before you even start the main quest. This, combined with its amazing chemistry engine that enables the freedom to solve puzzles in literally any way you can imagine, is the reason why Breath of the Wild was such a hit. However, there is that weapon durability system. I mentioned it a bit ago, but let's dive into why it's amassed the controversial status that it has. Every weapon, shield, and bow has limited durability, and it will break after a certain amount of uses. Quite little use too. In the early game, these weapons break quick. You can imagine why this aspect of the game became so controversial. People kind of just wanted to pick up a sword and swing it endlessly without really having to worry about it breaking. And while that is a valid opinion, it would be kind of fun, I'm here to argue that this system is integral to Breath of the Wild's balance and fun, even if you don't really realize it. Now, let's talk about Breath of the Wild's balance. This is quite a tricky game to balance when you consider that players can go wherever they want, whenever they want, and pick up literally anything they want. Theoretically, a player can just wake up, complete the Great Plateau, and then waltz on over to Hyrule Castle, pick up some crazy weapons, and give Ganon a good whooping. Actually, this isn't even hypothetical. Players have been, and still are doing this. The speedrunning community in particular has gotten quite good at it. Now, how would you possibly balance a game like this? If players walked into a part of the map, found a super strong sword early in the game, picked it up, and it was unbreakable, what do you think that would do to the game's balance? The answer is that it would completely throw it out of whack. Nothing would stop you from becoming supremely overpowered for the entire remainder of the game. And that's no fun. Furthermore, the game throws weapons at you constantly. From enemy weapon drops, to metal weapons in rivers, to camps, shrine rewards. Realistically, there should never be a point where you've gone an extended amount of time without finding a weapon. But the biggest reason to have this system in the game is to further emphasize the point of doing things your own way. If you find yourself in a tricky situation with no other weapons, you can start trying to use your environment to help you out. If you had an unbreakable sword, every enemy encounter would just boil down to walking up and swinging till they're dead. something that was quite a common criticism of Zelda combat in the previous titles. This system requires the player to be aware of their surroundings at all times and forage for survival, making creative use of the tools at their disposal. That is where Breath of the Wild shines most. So, we've established why the system works and how important it is, but how would we improve it? After all, Tears of the Kingdom is right around the corner. For one, a weapon durability meter would absolutely aid in making this system less of a headache. Part of the frustration players have with the system is that every weapon feels like it's ready to break at any moment. Allowing players to see the durability of all their weapons at any time would ease a big part of the frustration that comes with the system. Another change we can make is the possibility of repairing weapons. Now, this is a system we have to be very careful with, since it has the potential to break the balance. Let's say that when a weapon breaks, you can pick up its pieces and store them in your inventory. Then, you take the pieces to a specific blacksmith in Hyrule, and maybe even have different people specializing in different weapon types. A person for swords, a person for bows, and a person for shields. These blacksmiths would have different material types they specialize in as well, for wooden and metal equipment. Bringing the weapon shards to the appropriate blacksmith, along with the necessary materials you'll need to forage for, and maybe even an additional rupee price, will result in gaining your broken weapon back. I think this system would alleviate some of the frustration players have with the system, particularly how they feel as if they can't use special weapons out of complete fear of them breaking, and it would be a balanced way to not disturb the main focus of the durability system. These are just my suggestions though. We'll have to wait for Tears of the Kingdom to see if they implement anything like this. Well, with the power of editing, I've come back to say that after the recording of this video, Nintendo's come back and shown us a little bit more gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom, which includes what I think is at least part of their solution to the durability system: weapon fusing. It looks like when Link fuses his weapons to stuff like boulders and logs, it actually does refresh the durability of the weapon he's fused it with. The implications for this mechanic are huge, and I wouldn't have time to cover all of it today, but I just wanted to keep that updated to make sure that this video isn't super out of date. We'll have to wait for more information or for the game to come out to see exactly how far we can push this system. But it's time to wrap everything up, so let's recap. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's controversial weapon durability system is an integral part of the game's balance and fun, and its importance cannot be understated. The system forces players to be aware of their surroundings, forage for survival, and make creative uses of the tools at their disposal, emphasizing the point of doing things their own way. While a weapon durability meter and the possibility of repairing weapons could ease the frustration that comes with the system, these changes would need to be carefully balanced to ensure they don't break the game's delicate balance. Overall, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild stands as a masterpiece of open-world gaming, thanks in no small part to its weapon durability system. Thanks for watching. If you're interested, I also have a video going in-depth on why the Splatoon series' ink works so well, which can be found in the description below. You can also check out the channel for other videos by my peers. If you're into game design, I think you'll get a kick out of them. Thanks, and bye-bye.